What's going on, Twisted Vapors? James the Vaping Trucker here. Hope you guys are having a good day out there and you're staying safe. We come at you today. Got a bit of a review today. Today we have the vgod tricktank Pro RDTA. Interesting tank. Very interesting tank. Why they call it a trick tank, I don't know. Got a couple ideas. We'll talk about those later. But yeah, it's your regular floating deck Jenny style, velocity style build, and that juice on the bottom. Drip your cotton down into there. Airflow. That's it. You've got that. Turn it. It's not adjustable. Non-adjustable airflow. You can breathe through it. A little restricted. You can't breathe very, very well through it, but you can breathe through it. Only holds like 2.5 milliliters of juice, so not a big juice capacity, so it's a lot of filling. Flavor on it is halfway decent. It's not the best flavor I've ever had, but it is halfway decent. Cloud production on it, well, not a bad cloud production at all. So I take a quick drive down, climb down out of our trucks, take a quick trip around this, give you ins and outs of it, show you what it looks like. I'm gonna leave my build in here because I'm really enjoying this build. Just found some wire that I really do like, so I'm gonna keep the wire in there. And I just recently re-wicked this. I'm gonna leave the cotton in there, and I'm gonna kind of show you kind of how to try to get the cotton in there, because it's not the easiest to do. But yeah, you know what, maybe I'll just take the cotton out and I'll show you how to do it. It's a bit of a pain, but I'll show you how to do it. But on that note, what do you say we dive down? Go ahead, climb out of your trucks. Let's take a walk around. Let's take a trip on this little vgod trick tank here. Come on. Let's go take a look. Alright, here we go. It's the vgod trick tank. Here's the case that it came in. Nice little zip case. Open it up. Take this out, and you got up here a little bit of a baggie of goodies here. Some O-rings, insulator, grub screws, filler, plug replacement, whatever they call it. Get a little instruction booklet here. Tells you a little bit about the tank and that, how to put in the coils and, you know, stuff like that. That came in there. No tools. Nope, did not come with a little blue screwdriver or anything like that. Tank sits right here. I have it apart because I want to show you something. Does come with a replacement smoke to glass, which is pretty cool. Underneath here, nifty little storage kind of deal, which is pretty cool. Also, their build kit. Take the sleeve off, open it up, let the little door, a couple of Clapton coils in there, and that they're a 3mm 6 wrap. Take that out to give you some cotton, pre-cut cotton. You know, you don't have to cut it or anything. Yeah, you roll it up, stick it in there, trim it to the size you want. So not a bad little package, but like I said, you know, you don't get no little blue screwdriver, nothing like that in there, or at least not in the version I got. But all right, I've got this apart here. I decided to go ahead and leave the cotton in there for now. But here, I've got it all apart. This is interesting here. I'll show you a couple of things. We'll do a quick run through. It's a little bit dirty, sorry about that. There's your tip. It is a Delrin tip. Pretty wide bore. I mean, it's pretty wide bore. Okay. It says vgod, pretty deep engraving. I mean, you can feel it. And yes, you can get your fingerprint will get stuck in there. It will. It's pretty interesting. And it's only on just the one side. These are cut the way this is cut here. This only goes on a certain way, but we'll get to that in a minute. Here's the glass, small little glass. I don't know how well you'll really be able to see it. You can see the O-ring doesn't quite sit all the way flush. So when you put it together, take it apart, you got to watch that, make sure you get that sitting in there right. But I didn't have any leaking issues or like that. I didn't have to replace it or nothing, so I got lucky there. Here's the deck. It's just your regular Velocity style deck. The wire build I have in here is from Demon Killer, and this is their version of the alien wire. Okay, this is their version. But yeah, it comes nice little spool. That's what it looks like. It looks more like a ribbon to me, but, or a flat wire maybe, but, and then they got cotton in the bottom of that. But that's the wire I use for this build. And but yeah, it's just your standard Velocity style deck. I did a 6 wrap 3mm. The wicking holes on here, that's your wicking hole. That little tiny hole right there, it is a pain to get the cotton into there. Now when I've been wicking this, what I do is I put the cotton in there, trim it down so it just sits just above the glass, and then just kind of take and start working the cotton down into it as I drop it. And then you can see down on the bottom, see if I can get a little bit more lighting in here, and you can kind of see down here on the bottom, you can see your cotton. You kind of gotta, once you get it started, kind of reach down there very carefully, kind of grab it, work it down into there. It's a real pain. It's a little bit of effort. It is some effort. I found it to be a little bit easier when it's already juiced. It's a little less likely to start falling apart on you. But yeah, just a little bit of effort. Play with it, convince it, talk to it nicely, and there you go. You get it down into there. Try to separate them out a little bit. But yeah, so it's a bit of a pain filling it. Here's your fill hole. Yeah, little tiny hole. That's it. That barely fits in there. That's the fill hole. Okay, dropper bottles and that, they don't work very well. Yeah, I guess it may have been designed specifically for their bottles or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. There's the airflow. Airflow goes in there, and you got two little slots right here. I know you can barely see them. Sorry about that. I should have taken it apart. Oh well. Comes up right up underneath the coil, and then straight up through the top. So not bad, not too awful bad. Here's the bottom. That's the base that it all sits on. So yeah, the machining on this was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Now I'm gonna put this back together real quick. I'm gonna show you. This is interesting, okay? Got the O-ring sitting inside here. Put the glass on there, make sure it sits, make sure you got that O-ring. Take this, and then just screw that back on there like you do. And see right there? You know, O-ring didn't sit right. So, the fun part, take it apart again. Let the O-ring come off, and we'll just pop the O-ring down onto here. Now you gotta watch, you gotta kind of play with it, and you gotta be careful, because if you don't do it right, you'll see along the edges. I've got it good this time, but sometimes it'll fold up and you won't be able to get a good seal on it. Okay. So we'll take and put it back on there. And we'll screw her back together. Snug her up. We don't want her too tight, but we do want her snug. And that, but there you go. Now we've got a good fit. Let me wipe this off real quick since I got juice all over the place. Okay, so that's how you get it back together. Okay, so you got your airflow here. It says vgod right here on this little cutout. And this cap here just fits on one way. So you can't turn the cap or anything. Like I said, non-adjustable airflow. Okay, here's the bottom of it. Official vgod, USA, tricktank Pro. Here's the 510. Nice long 510. Slide it right in there. This is part of why I wanted to take this apart. It is reverse threaded. So you can take the whole tank apart. Screw it all back together. Okay, so as you can see, counterclockwise screws it back together and you snug her down. So it's reverse threaded. Pretty interesting feature. Pretty interesting. And it's held together very nicely. The 510 threading down here is real nice. It's got a brass coated 510 here for protruding. Focus. Focus, focus, focus. A little bit of protrude. Not much. Nope. I would not put it on a hybrid myself. I don't think it protrudes enough. But there you go. If you want to take it apart, it is easy to come apart and clean. But remember, this screw is reverse threaded. Keep that in mind. But there you go. That's all it is. You got vgod on this side, fills on this side. Look at how small that hole is. Okay, now what I do, I've got my little unicorn bottles. Actually do happen to fit, as you can see. But you got to be careful. Okay, when you fill it up, squeeze a little bit into there, let it breathe. Squeeze a little bit more into there. I'm starting to flow out the top there. Okay, so finish filling. There you go. It is an extremely small hole. Most of your standard bottles, your drippers and that are not going to fit into there. You are going to end up with a delightful little mess all over the place. So yep, make sure you get some kind of a small unicorn bottle. Gorilla bottles I've heard fit into it pretty well. That back on there. Let it sit. Does not leak. I have not had, I used the cotton that they sent, wicked it with that, trimmed it down so it sits right above the glass. I've not had any leaking, other than I made a mess right here trying to fill it. So you guys can kind of see. But yeah, there you go. That's it. Not a whole lot to it. Not really anything to write home about. Yeah, trick tank. I guess because it's a trick to wick and a trick to fill. I guess that's why it's a trick tank. Trick to wick and a trick to fill. But otherwise, there you go. That's it. That's the vgod Trick Tank Pro RDTA. On that note, let's go back up, vape on it, talk about it. See y'all up top.
Alright, so there you have it. That's the vgod Trick Tank Pro RDTA. Like I said earlier, it's non-adjustable airflow. It is what it is. It's not turbulent. It's pretty decent airflow. It doesn't whistle or anything goofy like that. Filling it is just a royal pain in the backside. It is a pain to fill. You got just that little tiny hole. Droppers don't fit in it. Your standard bottles don't fit in it. You got to have that real small, almost a needle point to try and fill it. It's just an utter pain in the backside to fill. Wicking, as you've seen, a little bit of a pain to wick it. And it's a lot of effort. to get the cotton tucked down into there, into the little holes. But once you get it, it does work pretty damn good. It's held together pretty good. You know, a lot of airflow, pain to fill. Doesn't hold a lot of juice, so it is quite a bit of filling. When you're running it at higher wattages, obviously you're going to use a lot of juice. Cloud production's real good. Flavor is pretty good. I've had better flavor, but the flavor is pretty good. I am impressed with that part of it, and it fits on my triad pretty good. You know, I'm only vaping at 80 watts, so I'm not really pushing it that hard, but I'm happy with it. It's working pretty damn good. Price wise, it is expensive. You know, you're looking $70+, and you don't get really a whole lot with it. So yeah, I think this is designed more for the enthusiast, more so for a hobbyist. But yeah, on that note, all I can do is tell you about it, give you my opinions. I have it. I'm not keeping it. I am giving it away. It's going to a friend of mine. So yeah, I used it for a bit. I did a video. I'm gonna give it to a friend of mine. He wants one. I really don't. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing. I like stuff that holds a lot of juice, good battery life, you know, stuff that's going to work in a tractor trailer. You know, this isn't just my normal thing. But on that note, y'all stay safe out there. Keep the shiny side up, keep the greasy side down. If you're interested in talking with me or other vapors, check us out on Facebook, Twisted Vapors. I'll put a link down below. I'll put a link at a couple of places for the Trick Tank down below. Coming up, December, I believe, 21st or 22nd, the Truck and Roundup Show is having a giveaway. Giving away a whole bunch of stuff. The vape shop I normally deal with, my buddy Chris over there, is going to send in a Smoke Alien kit that's going to be given away on that show to a lucky winner. That'll be coming from myself, Twisted Vapors, and a Rebel Vapor Lounge. I'll put a Facebook link for my page down below and for Rebel Vapor Lounge down below. Check us both out. And that Rebel Vapor Lounge, nice shop. If you don't have what you're looking for, you can get it. Not that difficult. Also, right about Christmas time, one of my weekend vlogs, interview with Chris, the owner of Rebel Vapor Lounge. So if you have questions for a vapor shop for an owner, ask. Put your comments down below. Put them on my Facebook page. If you're in the Twisted Vapors group, I've got a thing on there going about it, a little thread going. Put your questions there. I'm writing them all down. I'll ask them all the questions. Like I said, this is the owner of a vape shop. We're going to talk about what he has to go through. Dealing with vendors, trying to get the best prices possible, dealing with taxes, dealing with the FDA regulations, lawsuits that are going on in West Virginia, lawsuits he's a part of in just vaping overall, the industry overall. We're going to talk about stuff like that. We're going to talk about what he has to go through with running the business. You know, he's just like us. It's his job. He's taking time away from his family and other stuff that he could be doing to run a vapor shop and try to cater as much as possible to vapors. So if you got any questions about it, let me know. Put them down below in the comments. Put them on my Facebook page. Ask them in the Twisted Vapors group. And we'll get you answers the best way we can. That's coming up the end of this month. But I'll put all links to all that down below. That's all I got for you today. Y'all take her easy and stay twisted. We'll catch you later.